The Supreme Court has delivered a landmark decision, one that will be remembered for generations to come. On December 2, 2025, the justices unanimously rejected former President Donald Trump's appeal to overturn his felony conviction. This decision was not just a legal formality, but a profound statement on the rule of law in the United States. This marks a historic first, a former president as a convicted felon, with no further legal recourse. The implications of this are vast, affecting not only the political landscape, but also the public's trust in the judicial system. The decision sends a powerful message that no individual, not even a president, is above the law. It reinforces the principle that justice must be served impartially, regardless of one's status or position. It affirms the power of state courts to prosecute crimes, even against figures of national importance. This ruling underscores the autonomy and authority of state judicial systems in upholding justice. The court's refusal to hear the appeal was a declaration that the legal process had run its course fairly. It was a testament to the thoroughness and integrity of the judicial proceedings that led to this point. Mr. Trump, known for navigating legal challenges, now faces a permanent conviction on 34 felony counts. This outcome is a significant moment in American legal history, highlighting the accountability of even the most powerful individuals. The Supreme Court's decision closes this legal chapter, forcing the nation and Mr. Trump to confront a new reality. It is a moment of reflection for the country, emphasizing the enduring strength of its legal institutions and the importance of upholding the rule of law. To truly grasp the significance of the Supreme Court's decision, it's important to revisit the events that led up to this historic moment. The hush money trial was not just another legal proceeding, it was a pivotal chapter in American political and legal history, one that captured the attention of the nation and the world. Our story takes us back to the spring of 2024, a time when New York City buzzed with anticipation and uncertainty. Headlines dominated the news cycle, and the public watched as the legal process unfolded day by day. The city, already a symbol of American resilience and drama, became the stage for a trial unlike any other in U.S. history. In a moment that stunned the nation, Donald Trump, the 45th President of the United States, became the first former president ever to face a criminal trial. The charges stemmed from payments made in the final days before the 2016 election, raising questions about the intersection of politics, power, and the law. Cameras captured every entrance and exit as Trump and his legal team navigated the intense scrutiny of both the courtroom and the public eye. Prosecutors alleged that Trump orchestrated a complex scheme to suppress stories that could have damaged his campaign, most notably a $130,000 payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. The payment, they argued, was part of a broader effort to conceal information from voters, raising the stakes of the trial far beyond a simple financial dispute. The evidence included a paper trail of documents, bank records, and communications that painted a picture of deliberate concealment. Central to the prosecution's case was how these payments were recorded in the Trump Organization's books. Prosecutors claimed the payments were falsely labeled as legal fees, a move they said was intended to hide their true purpose. This alleged falsification of business records formed the backbone of the criminal charges, making the trial not just about what happened, but about how it was covered up. The prosecution presented a mountain of evidence, including testimony from Michael Cohen, Trump's former personal lawyer and fixer. Cohen, once fiercely loyal to Trump, described in detail how the payments were arranged and the lengths taken to keep them secret. His testimony, along with documents and other witnesses, provided a behind-the-scenes look at the inner workings of the Trump campaign and organization. Trump's defense team countered aggressively, arguing that the payments were legitimate legal expenses and that the prosecution was driven by political motives. They insisted that Trump had done nothing illegal, framing the case as an unprecedented attack on a former president and a dangerous precedent for American democracy. The courtroom became a battleground of legal arguments and political narratives, with both sides fighting not just for a verdict, but for the public's perception. After weeks of testimony, cross-examinations, and intense media coverage, the jury reached a verdict. Despite the defense's efforts, the jury found Donald Trump guilty on all 34 felony counts. The moment was historic, marking the first time a former president had been convicted of a felony and sending shockwaves through the political landscape. The conviction stood, even as Trump mounted a successful campaign and was re-elected president. This unprecedented outcome branded a sitting president as a convicted felon, forever altering the way Americans and the world view the intersection of law, politics, and the presidency. The hush money trial will be remembered as a defining moment in the nation's ongoing struggle to balance justice, accountability, and political power. After the conviction, Trump's legal team vowed to fight to the Supreme Court. Their strategy hinged on presidential immunity, claiming the trial was unconstitutional. They argued the case should not have been tried in state court, asserting federal election law preempted state laws. The appeal also criticized the trial judge for potential bias. By combining these arguments, Trump's lawyers hoped to persuade the Supreme Court to rule in their favor. The nation awaited the Supreme Court's decision on Trump's appeal. On December 2, 2025, the court denied the petition without comment, a unanimous decision. The rejection was not a ruling on Trump's arguments, but let the lower court's decision stand. The New York Court of Appeals had upheld the conviction, finding the trial fair. The Supreme Court's silence avoided political entanglement, reinforcing the justice system's integrity. For Trump's legal team, it was a final defeat, leaving the conviction legally settled and irreversible. Reactions to the Supreme Court's decision came from all corners, including Warren Buffett. Known for his wisdom, Buffett's statement focused on trust in American institutions. He emphasized the strength of the U.S. economy and democracy rests on the rule of law. Buffett's message was a lesson in civics, defending the American system. He reminded the public that the decision was about justice and due process, not politics. The business community saw the decision as a positive development for market certainty. Buffett's words were a vote of confidence in the country's core institutions, urging Americans to trust in democracy. The Supreme Court's decision reflected the nation's deep political divisions. Trump's supporters met the news with anger, viewing it as a political attack. They saw the legal process as a coordinated effort to sideline a popular leader. On the other side, critics celebrated the decision as a triumph for the rule of law. They saw it as proof that no one is above the law, a victory for accountability. The decision was a moment of justice, affirming the jury's verdict and the legal system's integrity. The Supreme Court's rejection marks the end of a legal saga that has cast a long shadow over Donald Trump's career and the American presidency itself. For years, questions swirled about whether a president could be held accountable for actions outside the scope of official duties. Now, with this landmark decision, the highest court in the land has spoken, setting a precedent that will echo through history. For Trump personally, the consequences are profound. The title of convicted felon is now a permanent part of his legacy, a label that will follow him in every future endeavor, political, business, or personal. This is not just a legal designation, it's a defining moment that will shape how he is remembered by history, supporters, and critics alike. The United States now faces an unprecedented situation, a former president and possible future candidate who is also a convicted felon. This reality challenges the nation's institutions and raises difficult questions about the standards to which leaders are held. The world is watching as America navigates this uncharted territory, testing the resilience of its democracy. The Supreme Court's ruling makes it clear, no one, not even the president, is above the law. The decision affirms that a president is not shielded from prosecution for actions unrelated to official duties, reinforcing the principle of accountability at the highest levels of government. This moment serves as a powerful reminder that the rule of law is a cornerstone of American democracy. Leaders, regardless of their position or popularity, remain subject to the same legal standards as every citizen. The ruling sends a message to future presidents. Their conduct, both in and out of office, will be scrutinized and judged. The conviction is already influencing policy debates, fueling discussions about ethics, executive power, and the limits of presidential authority. It will shape political appointments, campaign strategies, and the way governance is approached for years to come, as lawmakers and citizens alike grapple with its implications. While the Supreme Court's decision closes one legal chapter, it opens another in the ongoing story of American politics. The intersection of law, politics, and the presidency has never been more complex, or more consequential. As the nation moves forward, this moment will be remembered as a turning point, shaping the future of the presidency and the very fabric of American democracy.